writer. I'm always talking and writing and drawing, but I'm always reading. And this is a book that I've been reading. It's in Spanish. It's called Cuentos que contaban nuestras abuelas. Stories that our grandmothers told us. Raise your hand if you speak Spanish. Raise your hand if you speak English. Raise two hands if you speak both languages. Raise your hand if you have someone in your family that speaks to you in Spanish and you answer them back in English. Raise your hand if you have someone who speaks to you in Spanish and you answer them back in Spanish. Raise your hand if you have some people you love to speak Spanish with and some people you love to speak English with. I love to do that. I do that too as well. So this book I've been reading, I try to read, well I do read every day, but I try to read every day in Spanish. How many of you like to read in Spanish? Respect, you have books in Spanish here at the library? You have books in Spanish at the library. I love to read books in Spanish. And I was reading a story here. It's a very famous story that comes from Cuba. Do you know where my dad comes from? Cuba. And in Cuba, it's a very famous story. And I might tell it tonight to your families, but I want to tell it to you now. There once, a long time ago, long before you were born, long before you were born, long before I was born, long before my parents were born, long before their parents were born. I'm talking about a long time ago, back when, and you're not going to believe this, back when the animals talked. Is this going to be a true story or a not true story? Not true story. But it's true that it's told in Cuba, and it's been told for 500 years in Cuba. A long time ago, back when the animals talked, there was a butterfly named Martina. And Martina one day was sweeping out her house. Sweep, 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 sweep. And she swept out her living room. Sweep, sweep. And she swept out her bedroom. Sweep, sweep. She swept out her kitchen. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Sweep, clink, clink. What is going clink at the bottom of my broom? ¿Qué está haciendo este sonido debajo de mí? ¿Ah? Dinero. Wow. Oro. Ooh. She picked up the piece of gold. I got a piece of gold. Cleaning my house. I should clean my house more often. Look at that. I could go to the store. I could buy some chocolates. I love chocolates. I would give the man my coin. I would eat the chocolates. The coin would be gone. The chocolates would be gone. And I'd be left with nothing. I can go and buy some ice cream. I would give the woman my money. She would give me an ice cream cone. I would eat the ice cream. The money would be gone. The ice cream would be gone. And I would be left with nothing. Me hace falta un vestido nuevo. I need a new dress. I could go to the dressmaker. I could give him the money. He would make me a dress. I would have the dress. The money would be gone. But I'd have the dress. That's what I'm going to do. Ella se fue, compró un vestido, puso el vestido, she put on her dress, and she stood in front of her house with her abanico. How do you say abanico in English? Fan. She sat there in front of her house when all of a sudden, a cat came walking by. The cat said, "Hola, Martina." Martina said, "Hola, señor gato." He said, "Would you like to go for a walk with me?" She said, "Tal vez, maybe." He said, "Would you like to fall in love with me?" She said, "Tal vez, maybe." He said, "Maybe we could get married." She said, "Maybe." He said, "Maybe we could have a family." And she said, "Wait a minute, señor gato. Before we go on a walk, and before we fall in love, and before we get married, and before we have children, you tell me, how would you sing to our children at night?" Y el señor gato dijo, "Oye Martina, si nosotros damos un paseo, y si nosotros nos enamoramos, si nosotros nos casemos, y si nosotros tuviéramos hijos, if we fell in love and got married and had children, I would tuck them into bed. I would look down at those little children, and I would sing. Martina said, "Ay, señor gato, me asustas. You would scare our children. You're scaring me. No. I'm not walking with you. I'm not going to get married. No, you go away." And Señor Gato said, "Meow," and he walked away. There was Martina in her new dress and the abanico when along came El Señor Perro. And the dog said, "Martina, do you want to go for a walk with me? I love going for walks." She said, "Maybe." He said, maybe we can walk all year long. She said, maybe we can walk every weekend. He said, maybe we can fall in love. She said, maybe. He said, maybe we can get married. She said, maybe. He said, maybe we can have children. She said, wait a minute, Señor Pedro. If we had children, how would you sing them to sing? Oh, Martina, si nosotros fuimos a caminar, if we walked every week and we fell in love, and we got married, and we had children, I would tuck them into bed. I would look down at our children, and I'd say, no puedo hacer esto, tú tienes que ir, ya, vete. Y el perro salió. Along came the rooster. Boys and girls, do you notice a pattern in the story? El patrón va a repetir 3 veces y después algo distinto va a pasar. The rooster said, Martina, let's go for a walk and fall in love and get married and have children. She said, wait a minute. If we went for a walk and we fell in love and we got married and we had children, how would you sing to our babies at night? Ay, Martina, si nosotros nos enamoramos y nos casamos, the rooster said, I would look down at our children and I would say, Martina was waving herself at the fan. Gallo, tú tienes que ir. Get away from me, rooster. The rooster walked away, and just then, she heard. She looked. She said, oye, Ratoncito Perez. It was Mr. Perez, the mouse. She said, do you want to go for a walk with me? He said, maybe. She said, do you want to go for a walk every week? He said, maybe. She said, do you want to fall in love with me? He said, maybe. Do you want to get married? He said, maybe. She said, do you want to have a family with me? He said, wait a minute, Martina. Before we go on a walk, and before we fall in love, and before we get married, and before we have children, how would you sing to our little babies? And Martina said, oh, Ratoncito Perez. I would look down and I would sing. And she said, oh, excuse me, Perez. Well, Ratoncito, how would you sing to our children? And he said, I would sing. La gallina busca el maíz en trigo, les de la comida, les presta abrigo. She said, He said, And they went for a walk, and they fell in love, and the day that they were getting ready for the wedding feast, she said, Ratoncito Perez, Mr. Perez the mouse, I'm going to make vegetable soup for our wedding guests. He said, I love vegetable soup. And she started to, what kind of vegetables would you put into a vegetable soup? Turn to your friends and tell them what you would put in that soup. All those vegetables that you were talking about, some you've heard of, some you've never heard of, and she had a great big pot on the stove for all of the wedding guests. And she smelled the soup and she said, oh no, the soup needs salt. She opened up the cabinet. No salt. Ah, Ratoncito Perez, I have to go to the market and buy salt. She said, since you're such a small little mouse, don't get too close to the soup. He said, I promise. She went to the market. He got her broom and he started to make the house ready. He swept up the living room, swept up the dining room, swept up the kitchen. It smells so good. Oh, but she told me not to get too close to the soup because the soup is so big and I'm so small, but I love vegetable soup so much. Boys and girls, something bad is going to happen. He climbed up on the edge of a chair. He looked into the soup. He saw the carrots and the onions, oh, and the potatoes, oh, and the peas, oh, little tiny pea. Underneath la sopa. He fell in the soup. Martina came home. She said, husband, what? She looked at the soup. She said, your husband is in the soup. She went outside, and the little cat was walking by. Martina, why are you crying? She said, it's terrible. Why, ¿qué pasó, Martina? ¿Qué pasó? My husband fell in the soup, and now he's dead. And the cat said, he's dead. Meow, 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 meow. The dog came by. Cat, why are you crying? Oh, it's terrible. Her husband fell asleep, and now he's dead. And the dog said, bow, wow, wow. And the rooster came by. God, why are you crying? Her husband's dead in the soup. He's dead. And the rooster said, kitty. And the farmer came by. And the farmer saw the crying rooster and dog and cat and Martina. And the farmer, she said, oye, ¿por qué están llorando? And the dog said, ask the cat. And the cat said, ask Martina. Martina said, ask the rooster. And the rooster said, her husband just died in the soup. He fell in the soup. And the farmer, she said, did anybody take him out of the soup? The rooster said, oh no. Dog said, Cat said, Martina said, no. She said, nobody helped him out of the soup. That farmer went in there, she got a spoon, she fished around, and she pulled out the mouse, and he looked dead. She took her little finger, she went, pop, 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 and a pea went, kaboom! And the mouse said, throw me back in, it's so delicious. She said, no siree. She cleaned up the soup, she cleaned up the mouse, she cleaned up the soup, they all ate that soup. Y aserín, aserán, este cuento ya se acaba. And they all lived happily.